Hello students, today we are going to take up a very interesting topic, the author's purpose of writing. Students, when we write something, we have a purpose behind it. For example, if I write my diary, I want to give vent to my feelings. And if you write a joke, you want to make others laugh. Similarly, when authors write, they have a purpose behind it. And understanding the author's purpose is really important for interpreting the text effectively. And today, we are going to explore the author's purpose, the why behind his writing, what motivates the author to produce that work, what is his intent, and finally, what does the author want to achieve through his piece of writing. And if we talk about the purpose, there are broadly three main purposes why authors write. The first one is to inform, second one to persuade, and finally the third one is to entertain. We'll take up each in detail now. First of all, to inform. When the author wants to give the reader some information, he wants to share facts, the purpose is to inform. Informative pieces contain facts, details about places, people, or events. And there is something important to share now. Authors generally avoid their point of view in informational pieces. For example, if you read any article on, for example, G20 summit, the writer will give you a detailed description of the entire event, but he will refrain from giving his personal opinion on the same. Now let's see what are the examples of this piece of writing. We have textbooks, news articles, biographies, recipes, and a set of directions under these categories. That is when the author wants to inform the reader. Moving on to the second purpose, that is to persuade. Now, when the author wants the reader to think, believe, or do something, the purpose is to persuade. And here, there is something very important to share, that the author's point of view is really prominent here. Unlike the informative piece of writing, here he shares his personal opinion. For example, if you read any political speech where the people are encouraged to vote for a particular candidate. And if we talk about opinion editorials, in that also authors share their personal opinions very clearly and very prominently. Let's see the examples under this category. We have political speeches, campaign speeches, and even the product advertisements that we watch on TV. Moving on to the third and very interesting category, that is entertainment. When the author wants the reader to enjoy the text, the purpose is to entertain. Entertainment pieces are generally topics that people enjoy, and authors try to add sensory details, descriptive words, unexpected events to make the writing more interesting and more engaging. And what are the writing that comes under this category? We have fictional stories, drama, movies, TV shows, comics, and poetry. Just to recap, there are three reasons why authors write. First one is to inform, second to persuade, and third one to entertain. Now, I have got a very simple task for you. You have to identify the purpose of writing in this piece of writing. Let me read it out for you. Calligraphy. Calligraphy is a form of handwriting. A special pen must be used. Letters are formed using up and down strokes. Diplomas, certificates, wedding invites are written in calligraphy. It's a skill that focuses on the aesthetics of lettering. And calligraphy is a fascinating and beautiful form of art that combines writing and visual aesthetics. So you have to identify the purpose, whether it's to inform, persuade, or entertain. And the second question. Let's vote. You should vote for Rahul. Rahul would make a great class president. He wants to make snack time 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. Rahul is the best. So let's vote for Rahul. So in this, you have to identify whether the purpose is to inform, entertain, or persuade. I'm sure you would be able to identify the purpose very clearly. A very important note I want to share here, students, a single piece of writing can have multiple purposes and they may not be explicitly stated. But yes, you have to infer that purpose through the content, context and style of writing. I'm sure you would be able to identify the purpose when you read any text in future. So happy reading and happy learning. Thank you.